You used to break at the first sign of criticism. Now, you listen, learn, and let it pass through you, like water through stone. You used to need everyone's approval to feel worthy. Now you know your value isn't up for vote. If you've ever wondered whether you're actually growing or just getting older, this video will show you the difference. Today we're exploring 15 unmistakable signs that you've evolved beyond who you used to be. And trust me, some of these will surprise you. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes the strongest transformations happen in silence, in the moments when you choose differently than you used to. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." But how do you know if your thoughts and your character have actually evolved? Today, we're diving into 15 concrete signs that prove you've outgrown your former self. These aren't just feel-good platitudes. These are real markers of inner strength, drawn from ancient Stoic wisdom and modern understanding of personal growth. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of just how far you've come and where you're still growing. Sign number 1. You no longer need to win every argument. Your old self had to be right. Always. Every disagreement was a battle for your ego's survival. But now, you've learned what Epictetus taught. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You choose your battles wisely. You can sit in a room full of wrong opinions and feel perfectly at peace. Why? Because your worth isn't tied to being right. Your strength comes from knowing when to speak and when silence serves you better. Sign number 2. Criticism doesn't shatter you anymore. Remember when one harsh comment could ruin your entire week? When feedback felt like a personal attack on your very existence? That version of you is gone. Now you hear criticism and ask, is there truth here I can use? You've learned to separate the message from the messenger. As Seneca said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Your old sensitivity has ended. Your new discernment has begun. Sign number 3. You've stopped chasing people who don't choose you. Your former self would bend over backward for anyone's attention. You'd chase, convince, and exhaust yourself trying to make people care. Not anymore. You understand now what Marcus Aurelius knew. How much trouble he avoids, who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does. You invest your energy where it's welcomed, not where it's tolerated. Sign number 4. Solitude feels like freedom, not punishment. You used to fear being alone with your thoughts. Silence felt heavy, uncomfortable. You needed constant noise, constant company, constant distraction. Now, solitude is where you recharge. You've made peace with your own mind. You enjoy your own company. This isn't isolation, it's self-sufficiency. You've become your own best friend. Sign number 5. You can sit with discomfort without immediately trying to fix it. Your old self was a problem-solving machine, frantically trying to eliminate every uncomfortable feeling. Anxiety, distract yourself. Sadness, push it down. Anger, explode or implode. But you've learned what the Stoics practiced, the art of sitting with what is. You feel the emotion fully without being consumed by it. You've discovered that discomfort is often just growth in disguise. Sign number 6. You no longer take everything personally. Someone's bad mood used to become your emergency. Their silence meant you did something wrong. Their success felt like your failure. You lived in a world where everything was about you. Now you understand what Carl Jung meant. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. But first, you learned that most of what others do has nothing to do with you at all. Sign number 7. You've stopped explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You used to exhaust yourself trying to make everyone get you. You'd over-explain, justify, and defend every choice, every boundary, every decision. But you've learned this hard truth. Some people aren't interested in understanding you. They're interested in being right about their version of you. So you stopped performing for an audience that was never going to applaud anyway. Sign number 8. You can be happy for others without comparing yourself. Your former self saw other people's wins as evidence of your losses. Their promotion meant you were failing. Their relationship meant you were unlovable. Their success meant you were behind. Now you understand abundance. You know that someone else's light doesn't dim yours. You can celebrate others genuinely because you're no longer in competition with everyone around you. Sign number 9. You've learned to say no without guilt. No used to feel impossible. You'd say yes to everything, then resent everyone for asking. You confused people-pleasing with kindness, boundary setting with selfishness. But you've discovered what Epictetus taught. No one can hurt you without your permission. That includes saying yes when you mean no. Your time and energy are finite resources. You protect them now. Sign number 10. You don't need constant validation to feel worthy. Your old self was a validation-seeking missile. Every decision needed approval. Every outfit needed compliments. Every achievement needed recognition. Now your worth comes from within. You've internalized what Marcus Aurelius knew. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Sign number 11. You can admit when you're wrong without your world collapsing. I was wrong used to feel like death. Your ego couldn't handle being imperfect, making mistakes, or not knowing something. But you've learned that being wrong isn't a character flaw. It's a growth opportunity. You can say, I don't know, without shame. You can change your mind without losing face. Flexibility has replaced rigidity. Sign number 12. You've stopped trying to control things that aren't yours to control. Your former self was a control freak. You tried to manage other people's emotions, predict every outcome, prevent every problem. You lived in constant anxiety because you were trying to be God. Now you practice the Stoic principle of focusing only on what's within your control. Your thoughts, your actions, your responses. Everything else, you let it be what it is. Sign number 13. You can feel your emotions without being ruled by them. You used to be a slave to your feelings. Happy meant everything was perfect. Angry meant someone had to pay. Sad meant the world was ending. But you've learned emotional sovereignty. You feel deeply but respond wisely. You've discovered the space between stimulus and response, and in that space lies your freedom. Sign number 14. You've stopped needing everyone to like you. Your old self was a people-pleasing chameleon. You'd change colors to match whatever room you entered. You needed universal approval to feel okay about existing. Now you understand what Oscar Wilde meant. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. You'd rather be disliked for who you are than loved for who you're pretending to be. Sign number 15. You trust your own judgment more than popular opinion. You used to look outside yourself for every answer. What should I do? What should I think? What should I want? The crowd was your compass, but you've developed inner wisdom. You can stand alone in your convictions. You've learned to trust the voice within over the noise without. This is true strength, not needing the world's permission to be yourself. If you recognized yourself in most of these signs, Congratulations. You've done something rare in this world. You've actually grown. Not just older, not just busier, but stronger, wiser, more yourself. The Stoics believed that the goal of life wasn't to avoid struggle, but to become someone who could handle it with grace. You've become that person. You've learned to bend without breaking, to feel without drowning, to care without losing yourself. But here's the beautiful thing about growth. It never stops. Each day offers new opportunities to choose strength over weakness, wisdom over reaction, presence over panic. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. You've earned that privilege through your growth. You've become someone worthy of your own respect. Which of these signs resonated most with you? Are there areas where you're still growing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing about your journey. If this video helped you recognize your own growth, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building inner strength and living with intention. And remember, you're not the same person you were yesterday, last month, or last year. You're evolving, you're growing stronger, and that's something to be proud of.